Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Mixed Texan Report. Are we going to see an election night upset in New York State? Lee Zeldin is gaining some great momentum on his campaign, and we could very well see a Republican governor elected in New York State. Now, I'm not saying it's very likely, but I think there's a chance. Let's check out some polling data. With Election Day a week away, Rep. Lee Zeldin continues to have momentum in the New York gubernatorial race. On Monday, the Trafalgar Group released a poll showing Zeldin with a small lead, 48.4% to Kathy Hochul, 47.6%. There's still 4% who's undecided. This is from almost 1,200 likely voters, and it is nearly tied between the two. Now, we'll get to some more data in just a bit, but he is also outraising Kathy Hochul, the Wicked Witch of the East, in my opinion. Now, she is downplaying crime, saying that it's conspiracy theory and wondering why Lee Zeldin is making such a big deal out of crime. And this is the number one issue he is running on, and I think it's very good. Yes, inflation's important, all that, but crime is the number one thing in New York City that should be voters should be concerned about. It's out of control. He's also outraising her. He raised $3.6 million in the last 3 weeks. He has more than $1 million more cash on hand than Kathy Hochul. Now, raising cash isn't everything, but it shows momentum on his side. All right, check this out from Breitbart. NYC Latino grocers raising $70,000 for Lee Zeldin after history of voting Democrat. People are fed up with the crime in New York City. A coalition of mainly Latino supermarket owners in New York City are reportedly showing support for Republican gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin after having endured rampant shoplifting. The coalition is raising $70,000 to back Zeldin as the election swiftly approaches, the New York Post reported Monday. 70 entrepreneurs operating supermarkets, including Foodtown, Fine Fare, and Met Foods, are reportedly giving $1,000 each to Zeldin during a fundraiser Monday in Queens. Well, that's great. The congressman has vowed to go hard against criminals who target grocers. It is a message that has not fallen on deaf ears, according to Nelson Wesibo, the leader of the government relations for National Supermarket Association. These are Hispanic supermarket owners who have previously voted with Democrats, he said during an interview with the outlet, adding they have become wary of the situation and wanted results. Check out a video. It's 6 minutes long. We're going to just play a couple minutes. You see how shoplifting is affecting some business owners in New York City.
Well, it is happening more and more. Shoplifters brazenly stealing from supermarkets across the city.
We've seen it ourselves. Store owners say the thieves often walk in with shopping bags, backpacks, sometimes suitcases, and they walk out with bagfuls of goods. Carlos Collado is a manager and owner of several Fine Fare supermarkets across the city. He says every day at least one of his stores is being robbed. Carlos, thank you so much for joining us from the Bronx this morning. Most of your stores are in the Bronx?
Yes, good morning, Rosanna and Bianca. Yes, we have 5 stores in the Bronx and 1 in Manhattan.
So, Carlos, tell us about your experience. What are you seeing now that didn't happen, say, 2 years ago?
Yes, I'm a member of an organization, an association for supermarkets, and with over 400 stores. And every time we meet lately, for the last year, this has been our number one concern. And every one of us will, just have the same experience. We have these professional criminals that walk into our stores, and they are just brazen. They come in with another thing that has sort of contributed to this problem is the shopping bag law act that prohibited us from using plastic bags, which is a great thing for the environment, but now has created another monster for us, that folks come in with these reusable bags, and they insist on shopping with these bags, despite the fact that we have signs at the entrance. And the shoplifters, as professional as they are, they take advantage of this.
See, these people are trying to go green, saving the environment, which is great, but So being so focused on this green environmental stuff has negative impacts in other areas. Now people will get to bring in their own bags and they're loading up with merchandise and leaving the store. Then you have this soft on crime DA, and the cops' hands are tied, and they can't really, they can arrest somebody, but then they get right out of jail. And people keep coming back. It's an ugly situation in New York City. Sorry, a little issue there with the video, but anyway, there we go.
That your supermarkets may close because of this rampant shoplifting going on?
Oh, indeed. We are all very concerned. We're all trying to implement methods to try to prevent it. We display less of the items that are targeted. Personally, I'm speaking to a company that uses AI robots to see if we can get some assistance because the problem is that dire.
Well, what do you mean about the AI robots? How would that work? Would they be like security around the store?
Sort of walk around and use artificial intelligence to understand kind of predictive and alert personnel.
Well, I know that you are clearly doing everything that you can to prevent this from happening. However, when you just look at the laws currently, if a thief wants to steal anything below $1,000, they're not prosecuted. They cannot go to jail. So your gripe is with the current justice system, is it not?
Oh, absolutely. It all started precisely after bail reform. Didn't start, but it really became rampant right after bail reform. Because now we have the more dangerous criminals, not just the petty larceny. Now we have these criminals that, when we confront them, take out knives, come back with guns. We've had members where they come back with rifles, guns. They take out guns. It's getting really dangerous. I've personally had some that have assaulted me. I had one that they feel like entitled.
Yeah.
See that. I let that go a little bit longer because I thought that was important. He's getting assaulted. These people know that with this bail reform, they can get away with certain things. So he's getting attacked. And he's getting rifles pulled out on him because people know that there are no consequences for this. Unbelievable stuff. RCP, Real Clear Politics, has Katy Hochul ahead by 4.8 on the average. And they're rating it as a toss-up now, with the projection that she will hold on and win. But the fact that it is now a toss-up, it really says something. Now, if you go back to July, early on, Zeldin was down. He was down, 19 points? I mean, look at this. He was down by 19 points, and he's closed the gap down to, 5 points. If he can keep making some headway over the next week and just keep hammering on the crime issue, I think there's a good chance that he wins. And he's drawing big crowds. He had Ron DeSantis out there, and take a look at this crowd. I was at a rally with Ron DeSantis. People are coming out. Look at this. Probably 1,000 people there. People are fed up in New York City. And please, I don't know anybody in New York City. I might have a couple of relatives out there, but I don't talk to them. But I don't really know anybody there. So anybody in New York City, please vote Republican this time. Stop voting Democrat. Save New York City. Save the state. And just vote Republican down the line from the top, Lee Zeldin for governor, all the way down to the local races. And let's clean up the state. Because I wanted to visit again. I haven't been in New York City since 2006. I would like to visit again once it's safe. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. And vote Republican. Save your state. Take care.